first I need to say that this book is one of the greatest books that I've read. Ryan Holiday is a great author and he's an expert in Stoicism, which provides the entrepreneurial mindset that you need for succeeding, we believe. And he worked with Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 Laws of Power and Mastery, which we will feature soon. But Ryan was the director of marketing for the American Apparel in his early 20s. And his book, The Obstacle is the Way, is a book that covers the most important facets of life. And the book is divided into 3 big concepts: perception, action, and will. This comes literally from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who said, and I quote, "Objective judgment now, at this very moment, unselfish action now, at this very moment, willing acceptance now, at this very moment, of all external events, that's all you need." End quote. And this has Ryan broken down to perception, action, and will. To give you a quick idea how old Stoicism is, Marcus Aurelius, who was a practitioner of Stoicism, reigned from the year 161 to 180, which is a very long time ago, almost 1900 years ago. And Ryan has broken down the most important lessons of Stoicism in this book. And every title of each chapter is very good advice for how to live. So I highly recommend this beautiful piece of art if you haven't read it already. Alright, let's have a look what perception really is. It's how we see and understand what occurs around us, what we decide those events will mean, and this will be based on our belief system. What values and beliefs do we have? This is a personal question that must be answered before you really can expect good things to happen. Our perceptions can be a source of strength or of great weakness, and this lays in our own control. So what we need to do is make sure that our perception is right, or at least is thought about really well. Get clarity about what our perception is and what we want our perception to be. If we are emotional, subjective, and short-sighted, we only add to our troubles. And it takes skills and discipline to combat these bad perceptions, and it isn't easily done. But believe me, it is worth the pain. Luckily, we can always remind ourselves, I am in control, not my emotions. I see what's going on here. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get excited or upset. While others are excited or afraid, we will remain calm and reasonable. We need to see everything just as it is, see things simply and straightforwardly, neither good or bad, embrace reality, accept the situation, and adapt to what is required from you in this particular case. This is the mindset you need if you want to tackle obstacles, and if you must follow the title of the book, then we need to be able to overcome these obstacles. So rule number 1 is take control over your perception. There are a lot of books written about what is important for success, and there are so many variables that you need to master for making it to the top. But I have the habit of always trying to break it down to a couple of things, and this concept is called as essentialism, and I will discuss this in another video. But because I'm such a person, I recognize that Ryan tries to do this too. And what he states is that if we want big results to happen, we just need to do our job. Just doing the tasks that you have set out for yourself is the most tangible advice you will ever get, because this relies upon the law of cause and effect. And if you do something, there will be consequences. Action, reaction, right? Pretty simple formula. But for many people, including myself, this is the hardest part. Accepting that there isn't a magic formula for success, but that there is only the simple and most logical path that you need to walk, and that is doing the work. Our mind is constantly focusing on how to save energy, because it's made to survive and to avoid pain. And therefore your mind is always looking for the quick fix and therefore the shortcut. Always. But this isn't per se bad, because this can supply you with creative ways of doing particular tasks, or it gives you a creative idea to make money. This is how great companies come to the surface. But never think that you can survive without hard work. Creative ideas are absolutely necessary to make it, but on the other hand are worthless if you won't work your butt off. So accept that your mind gives you the ideas to save energy, but nevertheless understand that you still need to put all that energy in it to make it. And if you do your job, then you will get further, but you need to do it right. If you're working on a subject, try to do the best you can all the time. And if you do this, you will be more productive, the quality will be at the highest level, and you will be confident and at peace because you did what you needed to do and you did it the best you can. What do you want more? You can think of how to overcome your fears or changing your attitudes, and of course this is important, but the funniest thing is when you are not focusing on inner conflicts but only on the job, the rest will become better. It won't be an obstacle anymore. You have solved this obstacle by focusing on the most important obstacle, and that is the work. So rule number 2 is just do your job and do it right. Sure, the goal is important, and the vision that you have for achieving that goal is essential for success. And also your desire and drive must be very huge. So there are other steps you need to take. But focusing on the job and just doing the things you need to do makes all the other obstacles, irrelevant. That's what I'm trying to say. Only that's not easy. I understand that. And for me, it's a challenge every single day. How do I overcome this challenge? Well, the short answer here is practice perseverance. Don't give up. You failed today, that's fucked up, but you stand up and the next day you try again. Now, this day went better, but it wasn't exactly how I wanted to be. Doesn't matter. You did something. Always try to do the best you can and always try to do better tomorrow. Keep on going. If you quit, however, then it was all for nothing. If you stop, then everything you did was a waste of time. You don't want that, right? So go on, take a step back, reflect on the situation, and if something isn't going as it's supposed to be, then adjust and try again. In other words, it's supposed to be hard. This separates the losers from the winners, the guys that really want it from those who merely do. Your first attempts aren't going to work. It's going to take a lot out of you, but energy is an asset that we can always find more of. Settle in for the long haul and then try each and every possibility, and then you will get there. That's the way. So rule number 3 is practice persistence. There are some things that are really dreadful. It is hard to overcome these obstacles that you can't control. If your mother that you love so much suddenly die of cancer, or that your lovely wife turns out to be not so lovely and cheated on you, it is hard. Or when your partner in business screws you over, he stabbed you in the back, you ask yourself, did he really do that? Yeah man, he did. And these times are hard, and the craziest thing is that these things most of the time happen all subsequently after each other. And then you think, do I deserve this? And you will think of a whole bunch of other destructive thoughts. But this is wrong. First, in some books there is said that you get what you deserve. Well, sometimes this is hard to grasp, because how can you deserve illness if you lived a super healthy life? But that's another discussion. Now I want to focus on how we let these hardships rule our lives. Because even how sadly it is and hard to overcome, the truth is we can't control these situations. We only control our reaction to them. And if you become broken and depressed by these situations, then that's your own choice. Never forget that you always have a choice. You determine how you react on the obstacles you face in life. And isn't it a bit weird to focus on the things you can't control? You can't change them. They will be there with or without you. They will be there even if you are angry or depressed. Doesn't it sound more logic that you accept the situation and try to overcome this obstacle and see it like a challenge? Why should an unpleasant situation make you more unhappy and even unpleasant for other people? Isn't the situation already bad enough? This is a tricky mindset because you try to be, I try to be, or the book tries to be logical here rather than emotional, and for some people emotions make life worth it. The only thing that I can say is that if you take this stoic mindset in consideration, you will have a much easier time overcoming hardship. So rule number 4 is accept everything that you can't control. To summarize, take control over your perception, Just do your job and do it right. Practice persistence and accept everything that you can't control. Thanks for watching, and as always, get your ass into action.